Hi everyone, welcome to today's video where we are going to be talking about postpartum must-haves. I'm Connelly, mother to one, Evangelina. She's 16 months old, and I am expecting another little girl here in just 3 months. Oh my gosh, it's coming up so fast. So I wanted to talk to you today about postpartum care, things to know in advance, things I wish I would have known, and then products and other things you can do to help make it as comfortable as possible. Not only make it more comfortable, to help manage and just help deal with pain and soothe and comfort and that sort of thing. Because let's face it, postpartum is not the most glamorous or comfortable time in our lives. So let's just do what we can to make it a little more comfortable. If this is your kind of thing, if you are really interested in pregnancy stuff, if you're expecting, or if this is just your kind of jam, like and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss any other updates from me. We're doing a whole pregnancy series here on this channel, and by we I mean me. I don't know why I say we, it's just like a bad habit. But yes, so don't miss any of my updates. You'll also want to know newborn baby must-haves. I'll link to that below, and what's in my hospital bag, as well as pregnancy must-haves. So all of those I'll link below, but you'll definitely want to stick around and not miss another video. By the way, everything I'm talking about today is on Amazon. So if you don't have Amazon Prime now, you'll definitely want to get that before you have the baby. It's just so nice to be able to quickly order something that comes in a day or two. If you're in a bind, by the time you need it, it's too late to go like pack everything up and get to the store. So get Amazon Prime and then thank me later if you don't have it. But yeah, and I'm going to link everything down below to Amazon. So the first thing I'm sharing is something that you may even want to bring to the hospital. Again, check out my pregnancy what's in my hospital bag video, because this is something that postpartum you're going to want to use right away. But it is basically adult diapers. And hear me out. Okay, first of all, after you have the baby, there is so much going on down there. There's bleeding, but something that people don't talk about is there's also bladder leakage, and not like a little. Like, I mean a lot. Like, people always talk about sneeze, cough, laugh, and have bladder leakage, but right after the baby, it's more like breathe, blink, like move a tiny bit and have a bunch of bladder leakage. Like, you might not be expecting it at all. I had a pretty bad case myself, so hopefully you won't be as bad as me, but this is something you'll want to have. You know, you look at this packaging and you think, okay, that's like not so unsexy, but they're not sexy when you put them on. Like, trust me, it's not cute or glamorous. But in the hospital, what they give you is these mesh underwear and then like these huge pads that are so big. The problem is when you sit down and go to the bathroom, they'll like touch the toilet seat, they're so big, or even like fall in, like dip into the toilets, or like it just, and you have to change it every time you go to the bathroom. It's so annoying. So these are just such a better situation, and to have at home too when you're getting up to nurse the baby, put the baby down, you know, like any time you're using your abs, your stomach, which is pretty much all the time, you are kind of susceptible to bladder leakage. So between the bleeding and that, I highly recommend these. This is something that I can't live without. And so there's all different kinds of brands. These are just what I used last time. There's another brand, same thing, like just, I guess I needed a lot of diapers last time, but obviously I didn't go through them all. Something you want to note is that you will still have a tummy after you give birth. So you'll still want to buy one size bigger than you normally buy, just to give you some extra room. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with going one size up. All right, kind of along those lines of managing down there, you'll be really sensitive, really tender, raw, may even have stitches. So when you go to the bathroom, you need to adjust the way you clean up after yourself. So you'll want to use a peri bottle, and I didn't save one from the hospital, so I have one on order from Amazon. So I'm gonna put a picture here, or here, probably here. Basically what you do is you fill it with warm water before you go to the bathroom, and then you kind of squeeze it there so that water sprays, and you just kind of pat dry. So that's really nice, really clean, and you can spray it while you're going to the bathroom to help prevent urine and things from getting on your stitches if you had stitches, just things like that. So you'll want one of these in every bathroom that you have. So if you have 4 bathrooms, order 4. My hospital gave me 1, so again, you want to pre-order some of these in advance just so you have them ready to go. Speaking of down there, you'll also want this dermaplast. So again, this is something that's on order from Amazon for me, but basically it's a spray that's numbing. And so if you are in a lot of pain, if it hurts to go to the bathroom, just if you're, you know, something that you'll really want to use and have on hand when you get home is this dermaplast spray. And you hold it like 10 inches away and spray it, and it just helps soothe. It won't help you heal necessarily, but it's going to numb things up a little bit, and you're going to thank me later. So order that too. The next item on my list is postpartum bath salt. So I just went through this bag of Dr. Teal's, but there are specific bath salts for postpartum, and I'll put the link to my favorite ones here. They have like herbs and other things in them that are soothing and also healing. So you'll want to get something that you know is safe for when after postpartum. So I have this Teal's brand here that I've been using, not postpartum, but you could use it postpartum. And then my favorite brand I'm gonna link down below. And by the way, I'm linking everything below. Everything here you can get on Amazon. So yeah, these salts are really healing, soothing, and just taking a bath in general feels so good rather than a shower after postpartum. So it's really calming. So something you'll definitely want to plan for. This next item is something that I haven't seen on anyone else's list, and it's kind of an amazing find. So I am just really happy that I figured this out. But the next thing on my list is this aloe vera toilet paper. So this is the softest, most amazing toilet paper I've ever used. And so you're really raw down there. You don't want to use any kind of toilet paper that's like tissue paper or like anything that's going to be scratchy, or you just want the soft, the best toilet paper. So get you at least a couple packs of this. Don't let your husband use it, or get extra in case you think he will use it, because you're gonna need some of this after. I would say get at least 2 of these, okay? You're gonna want it, and it's just everything sore, your front and your back. It's just a necessity, and this is one of these things that even if you don't end up using it all during postpartum, you'll have some left over that you can just use. I mean, there's no downside, so just order some of this. I promise it's gonna make a big difference. Next thing you wanna get is some stool softener. So going number 2 for the first time after postpartum. Oh my gosh, this is so TMI and like kind of embarrassing, but it's so scary. It is so scary. So you'll, again, things are possibly torn, things are just super sore and out of whack, and just there's no more pain medicine at some point. So you'll want a stool softener. If you have an epidural or other kinds of medication, pain medication in the hospital, those things tend to cause constipation, and so you'll just want to have some on hand, because by the time you need it, again, it's too late to go to the store and get it. You just want it at your house, so have that ready to go, and I'm going to link to my favorite one. Next on my list are pads, big ones with wings, like overnight type, because after the diapers, you'll kind of transition into pads. You won't need the huge diapers anymore, but you'll still need something. I think I bled for about 8 weeks. Yeah, more or less. I mean, at one point it stopped, but then I became too active and it started again. So you just don't know what your experience is going to be. So after diapers, or adult absorbency, whatever they're called, underwear, you'll want some pads. The next item on my list is a huge water container. Whatever kind of water container you have, this one is simple, modern, and I love it because it's huge and the mouth is open and big, so I can put ice in there if I want to. But a couple of things happen postpartum that I didn't really realize. So during pregnancy, I'm so thirsty. Like right now, I feel like I cannot drink enough water and stay hydrated. That doesn't end postpartum, especially if you're nursing. So you just need a ton of water. And the other thing that happens that no one talks about, why does no one tell you this? But you have all of these hormones surging through your body throughout pregnancy, and then after pregnancy, they try to get out of your body as quickly as possible. So you sweat so much after you have the baby. So basically, you need water to stay hydrated, but also you need to stay like cool and just replenish at all times. So get you a huge jug. This is my favorite, like I said, and it's metal, and it's just, I've had this, I have two. So I have, if I'm washing one, I have another one, or I can have one upstairs and downstairs, or in the office and at home. I mean, just trust me, it's gonna be your best friend. Along the lines of sweating, my legs never sweat, like ever. Like it's just like not a part of my body that sweats, but postpartum, they sweat so much at night when I'm trying to sleep or waking up like feeling so gross and disgusting. So what I'm doing is getting a nightgown that's just nice and open. My legs will be free, but I'll be covered and I can easily nurse. So I'm gonna link to that below as well. But basically, a nightgown will help my legs be free and airy and all of that sort of thing, so that I'm not just dying in sweat after postpartum. Why does no one tell you these things? You know what I mean? We gotta help each other out, okay? Like, sorry for the TMI, but you gotta know. Next, along the lines of clothing, is just like a nice pair of black leggings. I love these ones from Amazon because they are so soft and like stretchy right where I need them to be stretchy, in the stomach area. So these I wear during pregnancy and postpartum, but you won't want anything really too constrictive. You're going to be home most likely, especially now during the pandemic. You're probably not going to be going out anywhere with your brand new baby. So some really nice stretchy leggings are going to be key for like during the day. Again, not at night when you're sweating, but during the day when you're hopefully in the air conditioning or somewhere cool, or if it's cold out. Next is more for the pandemic, but things you're gonna want to get for at home are masks and hand sanitizers. And you wanna get extra masks in case people come over to your house to visit the baby. Same with hand sanitizer. And luckily these things are back in stock, and I'm gonna link to some below on Amazon because they were out of stock for so long, especially the first few months of COVID-19, this pandemic. If people come over and they wanna see the baby, it's so hard to say no to family. I totally understand. It's just awkward, but you want to do everything you can to protect the baby. You don't want to, it's just, we're in weird times and I already have so much anxiety about this. So what I'm doing is ordering a bunch of masks and hand sanitizer, and I have to see how things are with COVID when I deliver the baby, but my guess is I'm gonna have people come over and like wear these masks, whether they have one or not, just like have them ready to go for the person and wash their hands and hand sanitize. If I'm even gonna let them meet the baby, which I really want to, I just don't know how things are gonna go, but it's gonna stress me out less if I have like some of these on hand. So I just wanted to point that out, that that's something I'm preparing for, not just myself, but also loved ones who come over to meet the baby. And you'll want the hand sanitizer to be scentless. You won't want your baby smelling like Bath and Body Works, you know, fruity peach on the beach or whatever their flavors are. Because the baby will be really sensitive to that sort of thing. So scentless is the way to go. The next thing on my list is prenatal supplements. This is something you don't want to stop taking when the baby comes. You want to continue taking it because when you have the baby, first of all, your body prioritizes the baby. So they give the baby the nutrients first. When you have the baby, you are depleted. You are so depleted of so many things. So taking prenatal vitamins is going to help you like build up your stores again and rebuild that. And some women talk about having less postpartum depression and issues afterwards by continuing to take these. So you'll really want to continue taking your prenatal. This is my favorite, Garden of Life. They are a really trusted and reputable brand. So again, this one is the one I take and recommend. You have to take 3 a day, which is kind of a pain, but I feel like this one helped me not have such bad morning sickness at sometimes in my pregnancy. So again, I think it's worth it to take it 3 times a day. Next, we're going to get into things that you need to know about this area. So whether you nurse or not, you are going to be really sore here, especially your nipples. So some women get nipple tenderness during pregnancy, but for sure it comes after, and especially if you're nursing. So you'll want to have a nipple cream ready to go. This one is Mother Love nipple cream, and it's so nice and dreamy and smells good, and it's organic, so your baby is going to be safe taking it. I had one of these in every place that I nursed, so one in the nursery, one downstairs in the living room, one in my bedroom here, and then one in my purse, just not knowing where I was gonna nurse next. But you're just so sore and sometimes raw and sometimes bleeding maybe and like clogged, you know, you just need a little something. So get one of these, try it out. Again, this is something I'm gonna have probably in my what to pack in my hospital bag. So yeah, more to come on that, but this is my preferred brand. Next is another thing I had never heard of before I actually had my baby, but it is a nipple shield. And so what this is it's like a little cup here and then this back part. So you like put this in your bra, like, and then you have it so your nipple goes in here, so it's not like touching anything. And so it's like protecting your nipple from like brushing up against fabric and stuff. This was like the only way my nipples healed, was using, sorry to talk about nipples so much, by the way, I feel really uncomfortable. Family, if any family's watching, just like please click off for my sake and for your sake. But anyway, this is the Medela brand. I'm going to link to it. These are really affordable, and was a life saves. Like, so first of all, you're not really supposed to nurse more than like 15-20 minutes at a time, like 15 on one side, 15 on the other maybe. So I didn't know that. I just like popped the baby on, and at one point the nurses said, okay, we need to come get her for her whatever kind of test they do, like later in the evening after she was born. And they were like, just nurse her and then we'll come back in and get her. Well, I just kept nursing. Like the baby was loving having something to suck on, I think. And so she nursed for like over an hour and a half. And the next day I had like blood blisters and it was so painful. Oh my gosh, I'm like tensing up thinking about it. So yeah, this is something, just have it ready to go. Trust me. Oh, and the other thing that's nice about it is it like collects milk. So if you're leaking, the milk won't get on your clothes, but you can also like capture it here and then put it in a bottle to give the baby later. So win-win if you ask me. Next on my list is a super soft, luxurious bathrobe, because again, for those nipples, like you're not going to want a bathrobe that has terry cloth or anything that's going to like brush up and be super painful. So what worked best for me is just like this type of bathrobe, and I'm linking to a very similar one on Amazon, but this I'm bringing to the hospital. I have like a couple of these at home ready to go because this was something I just lived in. You just get so sore. You have to trust me. It's like nothing I've ever experienced, but yes, this is so soft. I love this. So going back to leaking, so you will potentially leak, especially early on during postpartum, because your body doesn't know how to regulate how much you need, so it kind of produces more than necessary. So when you're nursing on one side, you might find that you'll leak on the other. So this is called a haka. You basically pull it back like this, squeeze it like this, and then attach it here and pull it out. And so what it does is that suction action helps it stay to the area it needs to stay to, and then it pulls out the milk for you. So you collect it, it doesn't just get everywhere, and then you have it stored for later. And these are also really affordable, really easy on the go pump, like a hand pump, or not hand pump because you don't have to like do this, you know, you just do it the one time and then it like slowly sucks out the milk. But yeah, this is something you could throw in your purse. They have covers, and be ready at any time to nurse, especially early on. This is so important. I ended up getting about 10 of these so I could have them everywhere in every room. And when I was nursing, I could just pop it on the other side. And then if I was washing them, I didn't have to like wash a bunch a day. You know, it was like not an emergency to wash it so I could use it again, because at first you are pumping so much, and not even pumping, but nursing. So again, really helpful to have, and it helps you build your milk storage if you want your partner to help, or if you ever want to be able to leave the house and give breast milk while you're gone. Good way to start building your collection. Next is also for leaking. So this is just a nursing pad. And so what you do is you open it up and you take these stickers off and you like stick it in your bra. So you collect not even collect it, but it absorbs the milk here so that it's not just like leaking through your clothes, which is so humiliating. I mean, yeah, so use this, you'll be good to go. And again, these are pretty cost effective. You get so many in a box. So I still have some left over from last time, but this is something you'll want to have ready to go right away. Those are all of my postpartum must-haves. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I hope you have a really quick and painless birth and an easy postpartum time. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!